Okay, so we want to use GitHub as and Visual Studio and GitHub Desktop joined together so we can have version control and create repositories. Repository is just a fancy name for a project where we can store a project in a folder. So GitHub is an online place where you can store work or projects called repositories. You have to click in here and create an account first. So I'll do this part first. So go to GitHub and see mine sign me straight in, and you'll need to create your own GitHub account and go through the process until you get to this. This is the screen, the main screen of GitHub, and over here you can navigate between your go back to home to get to here, and you'll see on the side here different projects that you have uploaded. So if I click on this one here, this is a website one. I can have my website that I've uploaded to here, and this is a website project, and it can show all my these are comments in here, and it can show my files and what I've been working on. Okay, so if you want to, I go back, I can click on here and go back to home and go to another repository. This one here is like a Python one, so I can click on this one, Python, and you'll see it's got a .py file. Now, so this is you want to make them public, and this is basically how we can keep all our projects online, but also join them up so we can have version control, keep track of, as you're building it, it keeps track of your changes. Okay, so this is the GitHub. Now, it's the first thing you want to install. You do this one first. The second thing you want to install is you want to download Visual Studio Code for your operating system. So I click on this one next. Now, if you've got a Mac, you choose this Mac. If you've got a Windows, you choose this one. So I'm going to download the Windows version, and it's starting to download up here in the top corner here, you can see. Okay, so once it's downloaded, I'll open it, click on it, and it's going to say, do I accept the license agreement? I've already downloaded this before, so I'll just go okay, next. It's going to say, where do you want to store it? And you can say, yep, that's great, next. It says there's already a folder called VS Code. That already exists? Do I want to install install it to that folder anyway? And I'll say, yep, might as well, because I've already installed it. But if you haven't, you won't have to do this. And go next. Do I want a desktop item so it's easy to open? Maybe. This add to path is really necessary. Okay, that's important. And register code as an editor for supported types. That's very important. So make sure they're clicked. Okay. Install. Very important. The path is clicked, because that's otherwise it won't be able to connect and find the Python and certain files that you need. Okay, it says, do you want to launch it? We can do that and finish, just to test it's running. And here's what it looks like, Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I've got it open. All I need to do now is Close it. So it's running, so that's fine. Go back to, I'll close that window as well. I'll go back to here. Now the last piece of software that we want to, where we need to connect all these three together, is GitHub Desktop. So we'll download it. Okay, I'll open it. Click on it and open it. Now basically, you won't get any of these messages. It's only because I've had this before. So basically, it's gone and kept all the. I'm just gonna integrate it. Okay, so you won't get some of these messages. It's very annoying because I wanted to show you how to connect it. So what we want to do is see how it's saying I'm signed into github.com. I'm gonna unsign it out of that. All right. So it basically I don't want. I'm just going to remove all of these. Remove. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is probably what you're going to have when you open up the desktop. You want to connect this this piece of software to GitHub Desktop to your online the online one, which we're in before. This one, this online one at GitHub. So we want to connect our desktop one to the GitHub one. Okay, so we'll go back to the desktop one. And it's not connected at the moment. Okay, I had all these repositories because it used to be connected and it kept them all. So what I want to do is I want to connect it. So I will go into options. If it doesn't have it here or anything, if it doesn't have any way when you're setting it up to connect it to your online one, I'm going to try and do that now. But the idea is I need to connect this desktop one to the one online. So I'm going to go options. I'm going to try and find out how to do this. And it says here, do I want to sign into GitHub? Okay. And there's one called integrations there. Now, for integrations, you want to have your exterior editor. So it basically will let you, while you're setting up, let you say what editor you want to use, and you want to use this one. Now, if you've done it wrong, and you haven't clicked on Visual Studio Code there, you can easily do that by just going up to here and going options. But when you're setting up, it'll ask you which editor you want, and Visual Studio Code is the one you want to use. Okay. The other thing is the account. You need to connect to GitHub. So I'll click on that and it'll say it wants to sign me in. So I'll go, yep, sign me in. and it's saying, do you want to sign in as that? And I'll say, yep, I want to authorize this one, and I want to be able to make repositories, so I'll authorize my desktop. It asks me for a password, and it's saying always let GitHub do that, and you say, yep, that's good, I'll always let it do it. And now I'm signed in to my online one, and my online one has all these repositories online. So what I can do is, if I want, I can clone them from the internet onto my computer, so I can work on them. So let's look at this Python one and say, yes, let's clone one from the internet, the Python one, and clone it. Now, if you don't have a repository on the internet, okay, so if you don't have it, you can create a repository on here, and then push it onto your online one. So I'll try and do it both ways. We'll create one on the local computer. So I'll call this one on computer, so you know this is the one I'm talking about. And it's going to initialize, yeah, I might as well click that one, and it's going to say let's create it. Oh, I don't need that. Okay, so create it. Okay, great. So I've got this one called on the computer repository, and what that means is if I go into here, into my documents, in GitHub, there's a folder, and I've got one on my only one on my computer called on computer. There's no files in it. You notice there's only the README file, okay, and I haven't actually made anything in it, okay. But it's on my in my documents in the folder called GitHub. That's where everything gets stored. Nothing else in there apart from the one I just made, which is my new project or repository. And I've just made it. And what I want to do is I want to maybe make a file in it and upload that to my online one. So if I go to my online one, you'll notice here's my online one somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Here's my online one. I'll just refresh that. So here's my online one. So you notice it hasn't got the one that I made on my computer before. Oh, sorry. The one in my documents called, the one in here called on computer. Okay, the one I just made. It's not on here. It's not on here. It's not there. So, so what I do is in here, I'm going to use my, because I connected, I went up here and went options and made it connect to Visual Studio. I can now go open Visual Studio and I can code something. Okay, so let's create a new file. We'll call it hello.py. And I'm going to save it in my on computer project. And I'm just going to print hello world on here. And now what I want to do is, it's in my project there on computer. I want to share it. Okay, so I'll click on here and I'm going to say first message, and I'm going to commit it and publish the branch. Now it's saying, do you want to sign into GitHub? And you say, yeah, I'll allow it. Visual Studio. Yep, authorize. Okay, and it's publishing it, pushing it up to that. And now I can close this Visual Studio, and I can go back to my here and look at my changes, my history. So here's my where I started. Here's my first thing that I uploaded, and it is published to repository. If I haven't already pushed it in Visual Studio Code, I can push it there. So I can push it if I haven't already. Okay, so publish repository. I haven't already done that. I can push this repository up onto Google Classroom. Now let's go up onto let's see what's happened. So if I look in history, Hello World called on computer now should be on the internet. And let's just see if it is. Where are we? Okay, let's refresh it. Let's have a look at my dashboard, and it says, look, there's one called on computer. It's come up, and if I click in that project, it has a hello.py saying first message, and if I look in the file, it's got hello world. So it worked. I published my code onto here up to here. Okay, let's go back, and I want to do it in reverse so you can sort of see how I can do stuff in online GitHub, and I can see my projects in here. Okay, so here's one project on computer, but maybe I'm going to make one on the internet first, and then I want to see it in here, and then I want to open it with Visual Studio Code. So let's have a look at at our local repositories to see how many there are. So let's have a look. So let's have a look. Nope, can't use that one. We can use that one. Yep, and I've opened my local one, which was already on here. But now let's go back to finding one off the internet. Okay, now, so I want to go onto the internet. This is getting longer and longer. Back onto here. Okay, now let's create a new project, totally new project on here, not on my computer. Remember, a project's just a folder where you put all the files in. So I'm going to go, I can go new there. I can go over here and I can go new here. Different ways you can do it. So I'll just push there and go, yep, let's make a new project called a new repository or new project. And I'll call this one new project, new online, so you know what it is. So this is being created online, new online project. Description, make it public. I can add my README file if I want, where I can add instructions in it. And give it a license if I wanted to, but let's make our new project online, on actual GitHub. Right, it's empty. See how there's nothing, there's only the README file, there's no other files. It could be a website, could be a Python program. But it's called New Online Project Repository. I'll go back to home so you can see all my projects, and you'll see, where are they? There it is, New Online Project. It's got nothing in it though. Okay, so I made that online in GitHub, but if I go back to my GitHub Desktop, and I want to download it, I can go like this. File, clone a repository, because it's not in my folder. See, these are ones that I've had in the past, but I can get the URL and download it if I want to. So I need the URL to the repository name. to copy and paste it into there before I can clone it. So let's go back to online. Sorry, there. And I need this link to here, so I can clone it, okay? Let's see if we can find it. There it is there. Okay, so under code, it says here, HTTP, I need this, this link here, copy. That was easy to find. Normally it takes ages for me to find it, but it was under code, under HTTP, and I just copied that link there for HTTPS. Okay, I'll go down to my desktop, and I'm going to paste it into here, the URL area. Boom, paste, and go clone it. So it's getting the online project, and you notice up in the corner there, it's called new online project. It's got nothing in it, but because I have in options, I've made Visual Studio Code my code editor, I can now open Visual Studio Code, and boom, my new online editor there. Make a new file. Let's call this one online Python code .py, and save it. Where am I saving it? I'm saving it on my folder on my computer. Create. Now this time I want to print a multi-line. Dash 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 dash, and I'm going to say here is the start of my online project files. Okay, there we go. Made a multi-line comment, and here's my project. Now I want to upload it. Now remember, I can do it two ways. I can publish it through GitHub Desktop, or I can share it and publish it this way. So if I save it, go File, Save, Save, Autosave is on. I can save it, and then I can go into here and upload it if I want to from GitHub Desktop, or vice versa. I can click on here and go first comment done, or something. Make some sort of say what I've done. Go commit, and then I need to publish it online. Okay, so I've committed. Now it says sync changes, and you go, yeah, I definitely want to sync the changes. Yeah, and say this action will push or pull commit. So what is it saying? A pull is getting stuff to come down. A push is pushing my project up. Okay, so since I'm on my computer coding it, I want to push it up to the internet. So I need to do a push. Okay, so it's saying, do you want to sync them? And down here you've got all these other options here. Okay, a pull, a commit, a push. I could just push like that, click that one, or I could push the one up here. Would you like Visual Studio to run get fetch? Ask me later. Okay, so it's hopefully it's pushing it online, pushing it up. And if I want to close this and go into back into my desktop there, I can look at the history, and it says new online project, and 1 minute ago I did that. That was from this is keeping my changes, and I can make sure I've if it has anything push up here or update, I can click that to upload it if it already isn't. So let's see if it's actually put it on from here onto online and done what I want it to do. So here's my project. Let's refresh that page, and let's see if it's uploaded my file. Yeah, there it is. Online Python code's there, and it's got a little comment saying what I've done, and it's uploaded. So it's working. So ultimately, that's how you do it, guys. Sorry, went on for way too long.